Hi, and welcome to my channel, Sweeter Lifestyle. So today we're just going to have a little chit chat. I'm going to talk about the pandemic lockdown and how it's been for me. Well, I have been a stay-at-home wife and my husband went out to work. But since the pandemic, he has been home, which is a good thing because my husband worked nights and now he's at home with me at night, and I absolutely love this. The only downside is that we live in a condo with no balcony, so there's no way for me to go outside and sit in the sun and enjoy the sun at all. So I'm just indoors all the time, and I was no longer able to go to the grocery store with him. So then, then there's that as well. I couldn't, literally wasn't able to go outside. However, early on, for some strange reason, I decided I wanted to make bread. And apparently, that was a thing. Who knew? It was also fun hunting for flour. And that's how I knew that, bread making was a thing in the pandemic, because there was no flour in the grocery store because my husband couldn't find any. And looking online, I realized that everybody was making bread. I'm like, whoa. But my reason for making bread really was because I wanted to get away from the regular whole wheat flour and use flours like kamut and spelt to make my bread, because those ones are better grains, as they say. And so that's what I was trying to do. And anyways, I remember that we had a flour mill nearby to where we live. And so I looked them up so that they're open 2 days a week under the pandemic, and my husband went out there and we were buying flour from them. And it has been great. Now, of course, there aren't many recipes for kamut bread or spelt, but there are a few, and so I had to be tweaking here and tweaking there, and it has been a bit of a challenge, but I think I have managed to get to a point where the bread is really good. It's always been really good. But no two sets of batches have been the same. And some of the other things that I started doing during the pandemic was I wanted to get back into honing my Spanish speaking and reading skills. And so what I did was I went online to Amazon and I bought some ebooks. And these ebooks were Spanish. The storyline was in Spanish. Some of them had the English version on the opposite page, and some of them just had one or two words that they translated for you in English. Either way, it was really good because some of the books were extremely funny, which I thoroughly loved, and they all have a storyline throughout the entire book. So one book might be about a couple or about young people and stuff like that. It's really good. I really, really enjoy them. I've been looking for Spanish movies, but I have found that they have the usual everyday fare of hot and heavy movies, or they have blood and gore. There aren't any real PG rated ones that I could find, or should I say GG rated ones, because my grandson calls me Gigi, and I just those ones that I see online so far, the movies, they're not exactly what I'm looking for right now. The other thing that I did was that I decided I wanted to learn to play an instrument. Now, I've never really played an instrument before. I kind of fiddled around, well, not fiddled. I kind of played around with a guitar in my early teens, but that was really for a very brief moment in time. And so I don't know how to play any instrument. I don't know how to read music. But then I wanted to play a new instrument, and I thought, okay, I would like to play the instrument called the kalimba. And you're wondering maybe what is a kalimba? Well, to explain it to you, it's like, first of all, it's an African inspired instrument. It was really based in Africa, and it's you sort of pluck it like a guitar in a sense, but it's more like piano keys. So the only way for you to really understand what I'm saying is for me to show you my kalimba. So mine comes in a case like this, and I'm going to open it up and show you what it looks like. No, I'm not going to play it for you, but this is what it looks like. Very lovely instrument. And what I would do is, it has a hole here to give it a better sound. Some of them do not come with this little hole in the center. And all you do is you plug the keys. And I had to put these little red things on here, the little stickers to show me what the different keys would be. And I have a son-in-law who is really good at playing music. He's really good. And so what he did for me was he actually wrote out on a piece of paper the keys that I would need to use that are on here for me to play whatever song I told him I wanted to learn how to play. And so that's how I've been learning it. It is pretty good, pretty fun. I love it. And so I'm hoping at the end of all of this that I will be able to really play the kalimba well, and I can sit down and relax and play and sing for myself. Of course, getting there is the issue. It's not very relaxing getting there, trying to learn all of this. It's a huge, huge learning curve. The other thing that we did um, during the lockdown was that we ended up playing games on Zoom. That would be uh, with family or friends or both, a mixture of both. And it has been very, very interesting. So one of the games that we played was games that are based on your telephone. So you would all hook up to this one program on the internet, and we would all play individually on this game, and we were together on Zoom. So they did that for my birthday in April, which was the first time we tried that, and that was really, really, really fun. So my son and his girlfriend were in one place, her mom was in another place, and my daughter and her husband were in one place, and my husband and I were in one place. So we had all of these people playing online this one game. It was amazingly fun. The other time that we did it was, or actually the time before that, played with some friends, and we played Categories, which is a game that I have. Everybody knows Categories, or maybe you don't, but it's a board game. And I actually have the board game in my house. So when we were on Zoom with our friends, I was the one who would call the shots and do whatever because I had the game physically with me. Then the other thing that we did was, the last one that we did was my children and my husband and I, we played in 3 different locations. My son at his bachelor dorm room kind of thing, my daughter and her husband in their home, and Carlos and I in my home, another home. And we played, this sort of telephone internet based game. But then we also played Pictionary. I absolutely loved playing Pictionary. So what we did was we would use the whiteboard on Zoom and draw whatever, and everybody else had to guess. It was pretty hilarious. It was fun. You try drawing with that sort of pen thing, which is not really a pen, on a whiteboard on the internet. It was so much fun, and I'm hoping to do that real soon again. So these are some of the things that I've done. The other thing that I did was I made some books online, well, on my computer, I should say, for my grandson. So I made an alphabet book for him, and a book on counting from 1 to 10, and also books on colors. So he has a book of red things and green things and yellow things and orange things. You get the picture. And he absolutely loves all of them. So what I'm thinking now is maybe I should print them off so he can have an actual physical book, because I don't want him to be too into the computer stuff. He's kind of already getting there. Don't want him to do that. And so I'm thinking that maybe we could actually print those off for him. And then I'm thinking, because I like writing books and stuff, maybe I can actually make those into ebooks, because I already have an ebook that I've made and is on sale. So maybe I can make these into ebooks as well, and maybe into even printed books for children to buy, or for parents to buy for their children. So that's another thing that I'm thinking of, maybe will come out of all of this pandemic stuff. So these are some of the things that I've done. And now that we're coming out of lockdown, yay! I'm able to go out a little bit more. I do have to wear a mask, of course, especially for me in my situation. And so I have a couple of masks that I use and I wash and use again. Pretty good. So we were able to go outside and I spent like about 2.5 hours in the outdoors yesterday. Thoroughly amazing. Oh, I really, really enjoyed that. I felt like I was a caged bird that was set free. So that was that was good. And I'm wondering, what have you done during this pandemic? Anything new? Anything different? Have you tried something that you had never tried before? Or, gone back into something that you had put on the back burner because life happens? You have the time now, or you had the time now with the pandemic and the lockdown. So let me know. And please, if you like, please subscribe and give me a thumbs up. That would be amazing. So I hope you enjoy this video. See you next time.